This will be a cold start and brief walk around video of the 1970 Fiat Dino. Gone through a lot of sorting, did a lot of things to it. In fact, she spent about 4 months at Continental Ferrari getting things gone through, things getting squared away. A lot of wiring, tuning, things really just to get it right for driving. So, very sunny March day, but very, very cold. So, just wanted to show how cold. We've still got snow on the ground, and even though we had a really nice St. Patrick's Day parade where it was almost sunny, it's about 35, 38 degrees. So, pushed her out of her spot, so everything completely cold. In fact, hasn't run in probably 2.5 weeks. So just to give you an idea, here on the ground it's 34 degrees, so that's pretty indicative. So don't let the sun fool you. Just a quick go around. Go ahead and pop the hood. You can hear the 2 releases. Everything just fits really well. Go ahead and take the very substantial hood up. You'll see her pop into place right there. Now she's good to go. And just to show you, the 4 months were spent just really going through, making sure everything was correct and accurate. Everything now is correctly routed, bundled. We had a lot of excess, a lot of duplicate, redundant wiring. Some incorrect stuff and everything, because visually it really doesn't look that much different than it did before, but if you really take the time to go through, went ahead and replaced the thermostat housing, every clamp, every hose, every line, everything that was not correct is now correct. So down to the tiniest little fitting. So it was really quite the labor. Everything from under the dash to under the hood, everything got touched. So just going through and kind of showing you everything. Everything's properly bundled, everything's the right color. And just to give you an indication that it's not a lot of talk, I'll bring you in here just briefly and show you. Here is everything that we took off the car while it was at Ferrari. In fact, we're easily got 3 or 4 pounds of excess wiring here, connectors, excess blocks, things that kind of over the years I guess got added on, which is hard to believe considering all the engine rebuild and trans rebuild and things that have been done to the car. But in either case, so I'll have all of this stuff obviously pictured separately, but here are all of the clamps and hoses and caps, and so just to give you an idea. So this will all be photographed. And when it's not being driven, it's here in climate-controlled garage. A bunch of other projects you see. Generally keep it around 60 degrees in here, which is why the heater's running right now. So we'll go ahead and get back to the car. So I will go ahead and shoot the header down there. 59 degrees on the header, been sitting in the sun. So That's ambient. Thermostat housing, 60 degrees on there. Probably be warmer on the air cover, 76, sitting in the sun. But she is cold. So just to give you an idea, when we went through everything, beautiful green coolant in there. All the fluids are fresh. You can see everything is new cap. Everything is clear. So we will go ahead and go through our process. Door shut. Go ahead and start priming the pump. And among the many things that got addressed while it was at Ferrari was the clock was not working, so the clock was rebuilt. In fact, it really keeps excellent time. And weirdly, even if the car doesn't get driven for a couple, 3 weeks, it does not drain the battery. So there's no reason to keep it on a tender. I haven't found one anyway. So make sure we're in neutral. So like I said before, it's been about 2 or 3 weeks. So we'll go ahead and start with 3 pumps and see if she fires up for us there. If not, a couple more will do. There she goes. It's just a little bit more gas. So we'll let the temps come up a little bit. Obviously in 35, 38 degrees, we're not going to see a whole lot of water or oil temp come up for a while. But the oil pressure gauge is something that was giving us some trouble previously as well. I think it was documented in the last auction that it was reading backwards. That really took quite a bit of sorting to get right. In fact, the sender is still in need of tweaking. The specific ohms specification is really difficult to find for this car, so we are running one. And hopefully that'll be one of the last few things that gets sorted before we're ready to go live. But it actually is reading probably somewhere in the 15 to 20 psi lower range. So you give it a little gas, you'll see it come up. And when you're on the road, it's probably around 50, but it is closer to 70. So we're not running an active choke. So that's why I'm still giving her some gas, making sure she's doing okay. We'll see if we can get her to idle on her own. She's doing okay, but probably could use a little bit more help. very smooth, very impressive considering the temperature. Obviously idling on her own. Starting to get some water temp there a little bit. Oil temp gauge generally needs just a little bit of help, and we are starting to read there. So we'll go ahead and let the temps come up a little bit more. Hopefully we will be able to get some cold temp driving videos taken.